Have you bought into that idea that happiness is a choice? That has got to be the most frustrating idea ever presented, especially if you're somebody who is battling depression or discouragement like I was for so many years. Let me share with you today why happiness is not a choice. How is it we can do some amazing and sometimes unexplainable things, like heal our own bodies by the power of our thought? Mother's intuition, the law of attraction. Can we really tap into our subconscious mind? Can we really create our own realities? It begs the question, are we novice gods? Okay, I remember for many years hearing people say that happiness was a choice. And it was so frustrating to me because every day I was choosing things that I thought would make me happy, and I was more miserable and more discontent and frustrated than ever. Well, I've learned that happiness is a choice to some degree, but it really isn't. Let me explain this with a story. Okay, so years ago, many years ago, when I was in college, I really wanted to learn to play the piano. I mean, I had wanted to do that when I was a kid, but we had these limiting beliefs, that created our situation in life, that we never had enough money. And so I never felt like I could ask my parents for piano lessons. That was extra cash that we just didn't have. But when I got to college, I could choose whatever class I wanted. And I wanted to learn to play the piano. And so my first semester, well, anyway, it was my second freshman semester actually. And it was after a break, that's why I said first. But as I started to take the class, it was really fun. And I could learn things on this hand, and then I could learn things on the other hand. And it was going really well until my professor told me we need to learn to put both the hands together and be playing at the same time. Well, one thing I'm a little embarrassed to confess about is I enjoyed playing the piano, but I didn't enjoy practicing the piano. And here I was in my 20s and wanting to be doing other things that were a lot more fun. Like one Saturday I spent hours down at the gym playing volleyball. And I had a really bad crash, landed on the ground, and I broke my wrist. I didn't realize I'd broken my wrist, but I ended up playing 6 more games of volleyball because that's what I loved. That's what I was so passionate about, is playing sports. And playing the piano really was not something that enthused me that much, and so I just gave it a half-hearted attempt. Well, when I broke my wrist, that was the best thing ever because it got me out of that class. Now I wasn't going to fail the class because I wasn't going to put in the time to get this hand and this hand together. Now it allowed me to duck out and to leave that class and not have to fail that. Now this is how happiness is. This is why happiness is not so much a choice as it is a skill. See, I never learned the skill of playing the piano. I never put in the time, I never put in the effort, and so for me, playing the piano is not a choice. Had I taken the time and the effort to practice and to work at it, I would then have the ability to make playing the piano a choice. Do I want to play or do I not? But here, I only have one choice now. I'm limited because I did not put in the time and the effort to really practice. So if somebody asks if I want to play the piano, sure I want to, but I can't. So it's not really a choice for me. The same thing with happiness. Happiness is a skill, it's actually a set of skills. And if you truly want to be happy, you develop these skills such as gratitude, such as savoring the moment, living in the now, such as getting rid of negative energy, negative thoughts and doubts and worry, such as having strong social connections. These things are skills, and when we get good at them, we can then say happiness is a choice, because first, we've made it a skill. Does that make sense to you? Anyway, I want to share that with you because if you have been in depression or if you have been in discouragement like I was for so many years, understand that if you take a happiness is a choice approach, it's going to make you more frustrated because you're going to be doing things that you think will make you happy, such as buying a new car, living in a new house, or getting a new girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever you're doing. And as you do that, as you focus on these things outside of you that you think will make you happy, they won't. It's an inside-out process. And if you can take a skills-based approach, if you can look at this as a skill, you can truly transform your life. Now, I've done a lot. This was an amazing thing for me when I learned about this, and so I changed a lot of things in my life, and have created some tools for you that will hopefully help you out to make happiness a skill, and then to practice it repeatedly, and really get good at it. So if you look in the show notes, you can see, I'm the creator of the Feed Your Happy app. I've got a book out and other things that can help you really take an approach that will make happiness in your hands. Make it something that you can do right now, that as you make it a skill, then you can make it a choice. And choosing happiness, wow, is wonderful if you have the ability, when you have the ability, because yes, you do have the ability, just like I can play the piano if I go and put in the time. You can do this. I'm here for you, and there are so many other people that can help you with resources to take a skills-based approach to something that will transform your life. I hope you enjoy that, and thank you so much for hopping on to this show. I hope that this is helping you unlock the potential within you, that you can see all the possibilities that you have. Come to scottwilhite.com if you'd like to learn more, if you'd like to take a class that will help you unlock some of those beliefs that have been holding you back and haven't really been serving you so well. So anyway, lots of great things that we can do, and I hope that you are unlocking some of those things that have been limiting you, and that now you can be happy, you can make happiness a choice, and you can be the best full version of yourself. Hey, one more thing I want to point out before we leave this subject. I know it's frustrating to hear happiness is a choice, and yes, it is untrue if you haven't made it a skill first. But once you find out that happiness is actually a skill, and then you choose to not do anything about it, doesn't that make happiness a choice? So maybe it's true. Maybe happiness really is a choice, but you need to make it a skill first. Anyway, happy to help, and I hope this, opening the idea that happiness is a skill, and you become skilled at it first, and then you can choose it whenever you want, wherever you want, in any fortunate or unfortunate circumstance, because happiness is within you. And you don't have to have the most fortunate of, circumstances in life in order to enjoy the fullness of life. So anyway, I hope you choose happiness, but I hope you choose to make happiness a skill, and then you won't be dependent on anything else but you. Hey friends, want to get rid of stress, anxiety, and worry? Ready to use some of your inner creation powers? Visit scottwilhite.com and join me for a web class. If you do it soon, I'll give you a free planner.